One, there is no such thing as you can't reach whatever it is you're reaching for. I believe that people make mistakes by putting time frames. I'm going to do this by the time I'm 20. I'm going to do this by the time I'm 40. They get to that milestone and they haven't done it, and then kind of begin giving up on it like it's never going to happen. The first and foremost, you just can't give up, and you can't. There is no time frame for getting to whatever level of success you're getting to. It's not.
Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Maybe sometimes we've got it wrong, but it's alright. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
Hello and welcome back to The Search. I am Dee Norell, and this is the third, last but not least, my dad, our last parent interview. So, to start, can you tell us about yourself? Name, age, job, career, and or passion.
Juwan Willis, automotive instructor, program teacher leader, 48. What? Passion? What?
Yeah, and your passion.
Right now my passion is growing my program. And it's a trick question.
Not a trick question. The next question is, what was the first thing that you ever wanted to do?
I remember wanting to be a pilot and then blending into a chef. And then wanting to be a store manager at McDonald's.
Right. And then now, out of the three parents, I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are in your dream career or at a career that you want to be at for the rest of your life and just building it to where you want it to be.
I wouldn't say in my dream career. I'm in a career that fits my personality comfortably. I don't feel like I have to do work to be who I need to be in my career. And yes, I can see myself doing this into retirement.
Right. And then I know you said like maybe not your dream career. What would be the 100% dream career?
The 100% dream career. I honestly don't know if there is a 100% dream career. Part of me wants to quick and easily say be a millionaire that doesn't have to work, but then what would I do? Sit around and do nothing? So don't get me wrong, being a millionaire would be awesome. Being a multimillionaire even better, but I think I would then still have to do something to help people or help people get over some adversity and barriers. I would still have to do something that gave. So I guess that would kind of bring it around to. I don't know. It's hard to say what my dream career would be. I used to work at being a rapper until it became playing being a rapper. I used to do so many things, bowling and so many things that one side of my brain would say if I could do this professionally and feed my family and have the toys that I wanted by doing this. I've had a lot of those things, but everything always boiled back to doing something that helps move someone in my culture forward. So maybe that puts me in a dream career that has something to do with politics. Maybe that's what it is.
All right. I don't keep up with politics, but you have fun with that. So even though not 100% sure what 100 or if there is a such thing as 100% dream career, the career that you're currently in, would you say that it touches on some of your passions?
The career that I'm currently in, I would say it touches on pretty much all of my passions. I get to work to help young people, and in that group of young people is young people from my culture. I get to build something that hasn't been built yet, working toward growing my program into the best automotive program in the state of Michigan. And then once somebody in the state tells me that's so, then I'll worry about going for the nation. But it allows me to go for creating things that haven't been done, and getting people to levels, getting younger people to levels in their careers faster than traditionally. It allows me to rewrite expectations. So I guess that I guess it covers on everything. I mean, there's a political aspect of it also as well. Education, academia, it's all politics. So yeah, I guess it does touch on everything. And I don't have to be anybody else. I talk a lot. I'm long-winded. I always want to be right. I do my research to make sure I'm right. And I want to be in control of the situation. Yeah, it covers pretty much everything.
Cool beans. So, in regards to this being a career that covered all of your passions, what would you say was like some major things that led up to it, like life events or tools or strategies that you learned, and just so that other people who may watch this that may be younger or older, if you remember around the age you were as these things were happening?
Wow, life events. Elementary, I went to school up to third grade with family, and my grandma knew everybody there. Up to third grade. Fourth through sixth grade, I stayed with my mom for all that fourth through sixth grade. I was bullied, picked on. I still ended up leaving there with a presidential award, so I was always labeled one of the smart kids. Junior high, I went back to, seventh grade, I went back to staying at my grandmother's house. Eighth grade, I went back to mom. School became useless in the eighth grade. And then after being in the ninth grade 3 times, school was useless. I was already eating, doing whatever I needed to do. I was working at McDonald's, 50 cents raise, and being able to work 40 hours at 16 meant I had to go back to school. I went to Mod Adult, an alternative school, and some mean woman there told me that if I didn't show up, I'll never remember her name, told me if I didn't show up, she was going to cost me my job. I showed up enough for her to find out I was interested in automotive. So then she showed me how to get the tuition incentive and the Pell Grant for poverty-stricken families and go to Mott Community College. I went there for the refund check. I got my first certification, and then I found out I could make more money as a technician or working in the shop. So then I spent 20 years in the shop doing all kind of this and that to get a whole bunch of certifications and make a whole lot of money to take care of my sisters, brothers, and my 6 biological children. And then the older my children got, the more I started thinking that I could have thoughts for myself. That in around 2009 was where I started thinking more about coming up front in the shop, 2008, 2009. I got up front in the shop, still wasn't happy. Then I thought about teaching mathematics. or English because I thought I'd walk away from automotive. I hit calculus. I needed calculus in order to get through my mathematics teaching degree in 2000, early 2009. I took pre-calc and decided I'm going to go ahead and teach automotive because I had all the certs and everything to do that, and I didn't have to do calculus. From the moment I walked into teaching automotive, I started first thing at the high school level, and it was a program that was only going to be open for the rest of the year. I got hooked, and I didn't have to learn how to be somebody else in order to be in front of the students teaching. I could just talk as I was, minus the curse words that were acceptable in the back of the shop. Then that program did close down, and I had to go work for Chrysler. But I put a whole lot of applications out, and got picked up by Oakland Schools. And my dean, it was his first year being a dean, and he had got Teacher of the Year that year, and he was nationally recognized. And I was like his first hire. And I would say those first few years of him mentoring me, after him having been a basketball coach, head basketball coach, teaching for 20 years, he instantly had my respect and helped me with the technical aspects of transferring knowledge while allowing me to keep my complete personality, and supported my growth. Now from 2012 to now, my program is pretty strong, and it outperforms quite a few programs in the state, and I got new things into it and everything. So I don't know if it was like an epiphany that hit and said, this is what you want to do, and this is what, I don't know if it was like epiphany. It was just day-to-day growth and allowing myself to not be so caught up on what I woke up today and decided I'm supposed to be doing, that I have to do. If I'm not doing it, it's I'm failing or something like that. It was just day to day, in a sense, doing the best that I possibly could at whatever it was I was doing, until I felt I got to where I couldn't grow anymore in that role. So now in this role, anytime I get to where I might not be able to grow anymore, I create something new. Technical early college. I raise the amount that students go out for work placement or job shadowing, or some of that school to work paid externships. I work to create technicians right at high school graduation instead of 3 to 5 years later. So I don't see where I won't constantly keep having something that comes up to keep me from reaching the point where I'm bored doing what I'm doing, or feel like it's overdone or anything, because I'll just turn my high school program into a college program, and then once every single student is coming through and getting to that higher level of success, then maybe I might have to go to administration, or maybe go into the state and help grow all of the automotive programs or something like that. But I got 5 to 10 years, maybe even 15 before that happens. So again, personality, teacher, like to talk, always got to be right, blah, 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 blah. I'm home as a teacher. I feel that. I feel that now, even though I wouldn't call it my dream job, because I'm a high school dropout. I never saw myself being a teacher, so I never dreamed of being a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And with all that, I mean, I'm his daughter, so of course I had this information before, but that is biggest reason why I wanted to interview my parents is because all of you guys have your different stories. And I mean, the difference between you and the moms is they finished high school, but you didn't. And even though they're still in the situation where they're working towards their dream, passion, and career, and you're in a place where you may not necessarily call it your dream career, but it fits all your passion, you did it in a what may be an unorthodox type way. So, and in my situation where I'm almost 30, don't even know what I want to do still, it's kind of like that's the whole point of this channel. It's like you don't have to follow the cookie cutter way to get what you want in life. So that's definitely why I wanted to start with my parents, because all of your guys' stories is motivation to me. And when I be down, it'd be like, well, they did it, so I can do it. Very last thing is, of course, the most important question that I've asked all three of you guys is any advice to give me and anybody else watching this video in regards to chasing that passion or career that they want.
I would say, one, there is no such thing as you can't reach whatever it is you're reaching for. I believe that people make mistakes by putting time frames. I'm going to do this by the time I'm 20. I'm going to do this by the time I'm 40. They get to that milestone and they haven't done it, and then kind of begin giving up on it like it's never going to happen. So the first and foremost, you just can't give up, and you can't. There is no time frame for getting to whatever level of success you're getting to. It's not guaranteed. The only way it could be a time frame is if it's guaranteed. If I do this by 20, I'm absolutely going to get this. But then what does that say about those that go through, get their bachelor's degree, then their master's degree, and then they're in a career that they thought they loved, not making enough to live comfortably and pay their student debt. But they got to that position and they thought they were going to be taking flights here and living this lavish life, and they're paying $1,200 a month in their student loans. But they got the position, but $100,000 a year in student loans, and then you're still living off of a $50,000-$60,000 salary, even though you got that six-figure job. So nothing is that. Don't put your faith into a traditional, I'll use her word, cookie cutter method of getting to what your goal is. I've delivered newspapers. I've been in a situation where I made negative choices. I've worked at McDonald's. I mean, I thought I was going to just go ahead and have a career at McDonald's. I've been a car porter, technician, tire guy, all the way up to a lot of things that I didn't plan on being them. I didn't plan on being a technician until the woman whose name I will never remember because I thought she was being mean to me, but she helped change the trajectory of my life. I didn't have any plans on going into the field of automotive. I've got 6 children and sisters and brothers that I was able to take care of because of that career path that she turned me on to. So another part would be, if someone is trying to help you and you don't agree with the help they're trying to give you, follow this mathematical equation. What will they get out of what they're trying to advise me to do? If someone is going to get part of your paycheck, if they convince you to follow a strategy that they're trying to give you, and it seems like it's a difficult trajectory, maybe be skeptical. If somebody's going to get nothing at all, and in fact, they're using their time, effort, and resources to try to help you, you might want to listen and at least research whatever it is that they're telling you you should do, advising you to do, or whatever they're willing to do if you follow their strategies. Don't push help away when help is freely given. Be skeptical of what's under the lens of help when somebody's got a whole lot to gain from you doing what they're asking you to do. That's a pretty solid mathematical equation that could help you, because you never know. In my case, she didn't get any more money for her paycheck. This woman at Montador, she got no more money for her paycheck whether I listened to her or not. She got nothing extra for checking on me every day that I was supposed to be there. She got nothing extra for taking time out of her schedule to have a conversation with me and start getting to know me and what my passions were. So when she started giving me advice on what I could do, not what I have to do or what I should do, just what I could do to enjoy getting paid for things I was interested in, I didn't realize how she had put me at ease to a point where I trusted her, and there was nothing in it for her. So I try to be that person, and I try to tell everybody, when you're dealing with somebody there's nothing in it for them, they're giving you everything they can to help you get to the next level, stop and at least research what they're telling you. You don't have to blindly follow them, but at least research it. At least look into it. Don't just automatically tell them they're wrong and don't look any further. Yeah. That's why teaching fits my personality, because as a dad, my answers have never been short anyway. And as a teacher, they're justifiably able to be long. So it's me.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Well, that was my last question. And I do appreciate you and all my parents giving me the time to let me do my interviews with you. A little less nervous, but some of the questions I asked you were a little different just because of the path that you've been down. I've catered them more to you and catered theirs more than them. But for those of you watching, I do appreciate you sticking with watching all of these interviews with my parents. Of course, as I figure out the whole career situation and start doing research with that, I will be trying to see if maybe I can interview some people about what they actually do and some jobs that I may be interested in. But with that, thank you again for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's continue to figure out this life thing together. Bye.